Can a 7-seat electric SUV add more than 300 kilometers of range in only 15 minutes? Can a family Mercedes recover 260 kilometers during one coffee stop? Can BMW really push an electric SUV to 400 kilowatts? Can Porsche charge a massive SUV from 10 to 80% in less than 16 minutes? And are traditional 400-volt electric cars about to feel outdated? Those numbers are real. And they belong to a new generation of 800-volt electric cars arriving in the United States and Europe. Before you trust the number, let's see what it really means. Today, we are counting down 5 of the most important new 800-volt EVs. From practical 7-seat family cars to an electric Porsche with supercar performance. And the number 1 car combines a massive battery, nearly 400 kilowatt charging, and the performance of a supercar. Let's get into it. Before we begin the countdown, here is why manufacturers are moving toward 800 volts. Higher voltage allows an electric car to transfer the same charging power while using less electrical current. Less current can mean reduced resistance losses, less heat, and lighter high-voltage components. But 800 volts does not automatically mean twice the charging speed. The car still needs the correct battery chemistry. It needs effective cooling. It needs intelligent charging software. And it needs a charger powerful enough to deliver the electricity. An 800-volt badge is only the foundation. The charging curve reveals whether the technology actually works. And these 5 cars show just how different the results can be. Kicking off the list at number 5 is the electric SUV, proving that 800-volt technology is no longer reserved for small performance cars. The Hyundai IONIQ 9. This is Hyundai's large, 3-row electric SUV powered by a substantial 110.3 kilowatt-hour battery. And despite its size, Hyundai says the rear-wheel drive version can deliver up to 620 kilometers, or approximately 385 miles, of WLTP range. Connected to a suitable 350 kilowatt charger, and it can move from 10 to 80% in approximately 24 minutes. Hyundai also says it can add around 304 kilometers, or 189 miles of range, in only 15 minutes. That is not quite Porsche speed, but remember what this vehicle is. The IONIQ 9 is a large family SUV with 3 rows, a spacious flat-floor interior, and enough room to carry people and luggage on a serious road trip. It also supports both 400-volt and 800-volt charging infrastructure, giving owners more flexibility when the ideal charger is unavailable. And the buyer angle is simple. A family does not want to spend 45 minutes standing beside a charger while the children wait inside the car. The IONIQ 9 uses 800-volt technology to make a large electric SUV much easier to live with over long distances. It is not the fastest charging vehicle on this list, but it may be one of the most practical. For a buyer who wants 3 rows, long range, and fast charging, without moving into the most expensive luxury segment, the IONIQ 9 earns its place at number 5. Number 4. The Volvo ES90. Some people will call it a sedan, others will call it a fastback, and its raised seating position gives it a small hint of an SUV. But whatever category you place it in, the ES90 is Volvo's new long-distance electric flagship. Depending on the version, Volvo offers battery capacities of 92 or 106 kilowatt-hours. The longest range version is rated at up to approximately 700 kilometers or 435 miles on the WLTP cycle. Connect the ES90 to a suitable 350 kilowatt charger, and Volvo lists a 10 to 80% charging time of approximately 22 minutes. Volvo has also promoted the ability to add up to 300 kilometers, or around 186 miles, of range in 10 minutes under suitable conditions. That is the number that changes the Volvo EV story. Previous electric Volvos focused heavily on safety, comfort, and Scandinavian design. The ES90 adds serious long-distance charging performance. You also get the quiet, minimalist interior expected from Volvo, strong software integration, and the restrained design of a luxury car that does not need to shout for attention. But there is an important buyer angle here. The ES90 reaches its range through a combination of battery capacity and efficiency. Its lower, more aerodynamic shape requires less energy than a large, upright SUV traveling at the same highway speed. That means the car can use its 800-volt system not only to charge quickly, but also to make every added kilowatt-hour travel farther. For the buyer who wants a comfortable European long-distance EV without choosing another SUV, the ES90 may be one of the most interesting cars on this entire list. Number 3 is the family Mercedes that combines 800-volt charging with room for up to 7 people. The all-new electric Mercedes-Benz GLB. This is not simply the previous EQB with a new badge. The new GLB moves onto Mercedes-Benz's latest electric technology and gains an 800-volt electrical architecture. The GLB 250 Plus uses an 85 kilowatt-hour usable battery and offers up to approximately 631 kilometers or 392 miles of WLTP range. Its maximum DC charging power reaches 320 kilowatts. Mercedes lists approximately 22 minutes for a 10 to 80% charging session at a suitable 800-volt station. And in only 10 minutes, the GLB can add up to 260 kilometers or approximately 162 miles of claimed WLTP range. But the charging speed is only half the story. The GLB can be configured with up to 7 seats. It offers a 127-liter front trunk. It has a flexible rear cabin and a conventional cargo area large enough for normal family use. Inside, the optional MBUX superscreen stretches across the dashboard, while the new interior moves much closer to Mercedes' latest generation of digital cabins. This is where 800-volt technology becomes relevant to ordinary buyers. Not everyone needs a Porsche, not everyone wants a low sedan, and not everyone can use a 5-seat electric car. The GLB brings the technology into a practical family SUV that can handle school runs during the week and long journeys at the weekend. The honest limitation is that the optional third row is better suited to children or smaller passengers than full-size adults. But for families who occasionally need those extra seats, that flexibility matters. The GLB is not number 3 because it has the highest charging figure. It is number 3 because it may bring 800-volt technology to more family buyers than almost any other car on this list. Number 2 is the vehicle beginning an entirely new generation for BMW. The all-new BMW iX3. This is the first production model built on BMW's Neue Klasse platform, and almost every important part of the electric drivetrain is new. New cylindrical battery cells, new electric motors, new power electronics, new software, and an 800-volt electrical architecture supporting a peak DC charging rate of 400 kilowatts. In Europe, BMW quotes a range of up to 805 kilometers, or approximately 500 miles, on the WLTP cycle. For the United States, BMW has estimated up to around 400 miles, although the final EPA figure can differ. At a suitable high-powered charger, the European specification can add up to 372 kilometers, or approximately 231 miles, of WLTP range in 10 minutes. BMW's U.S. information quotes roughly 175 miles added during the same period. The different numbers reflect different testing methods, but the message is the same. 10 minutes can add enough range for several more hours of driving. And this is not happening inside a tiny aerodynamic efficiency experiment. It is happening inside a premium family SUV. The iX3 also introduces BMW's panoramic iDrive display, a redesigned electronic architecture, and the new Heart of Joy control system, which manages the drivetrain, braking, and driving dynamics. But here is the reason the iX3 ranks above the Mercedes. BMW is not treating 800 volts as one impressive feature added to one model. The Neue Klasse technology is expected to influence a large part of BMW's future vehicle range. That makes the iX3 more than a new electric SUV. It is the preview of what the next generation of BMWs will become. The buyer angle is also strong. BMW's US information placed the starting price at around $60,000 before final market details and options. If BMW can deliver 400 kilowatt charging, strong range and premium SUV practicality near that price point, the iX3 could make several older electric luxury SUVs feel outdated almost immediately. It is the most important new BMW EV in years. But one vehicle on this list pushes the technology even further. And the number one new 800-volt electric vehicle on this list is the Porsche Cayenne Electric. This is what happens when Porsche takes the charging technology developed through the Taycan and applies it to a large luxury SUV. At the center of the Cayenne Electric is a newly developed 113 kilowatt-hour battery with double-sided cooling. Its 800-volt architecture supports up to 390 kilowatts during normal high-speed DC charging conditions. And under specific conditions, Porsche says the charging power can briefly reach 400 kilowatts. The result is a 10 to 80% charging time of less than 16 minutes. Less than 16 minutes! For a battery larger than the one fitted to many electric pickup trucks and luxury SUVs. Porsche also says the standard Cayenne Electric can add up to 325 kilometers, or around 202 miles, of WLTP range in 10 minutes. Total range reaches up to 642 kilometers, or approximately 399 miles on the WLTP cycle. But this is still a Porsche. The Cayenne Turbo Electric can produce up to 850 kilowatts, or 1,156 metric horsepower with launch control. It can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in approximately 2.5 seconds. That is supercar acceleration inside a large SUV designed to carry a family. And this is why the Cayenne Electric takes number one. The Hyundai is more accessible. The Volvo may be more efficient. The Mercedes offers 7-seat practicality. And the BMW could influence a larger number of future vehicles. But the Porsche combines nearly every advantage of 800-volt technology in one machine. A large battery, extremely high charging power, advanced thermal management, long-distance range, and performance that would have been difficult to imagine in an SUV only a few years ago. The price will place it beyond the reach of most buyers. And accessing its maximum charging performance will require a compatible charger and the correct battery conditions. But judged purely as a demonstration of what the newest 800-volt technology can achieve, the Cayenne Electric is the strongest vehicle on this list. It does not simply reduce charging time. It makes a 113 kilowatt-hour electric SUV behave like a vehicle carrying a much smaller battery whenever it stops to charge. And that is the engineering achievement every other large electric SUV will now be chasing. One honest warning before we finish. The maximum charging figure is not a promise. A car advertised at 400 kilowatts will not remain at 400 kilowatts from 10% all the way to 80%. Peak charging power may only appear during part of the charging session. The battery must be warm enough. The charger must provide enough voltage and current. The station may share power with another vehicle, and charging speed will fall as the battery fills. That means a strong charging curve is more important than one giant peak number. You should also check how each 800-volt vehicle performs when connected to older 400-volt infrastructure. Some cars convert the incoming voltage effectively. Others may charge much more slowly than their headline figure suggests. And if you mainly charge at home overnight, an 800-volt system will not suddenly make an ordinary AC wall box deliver hundreds of kilowatts. The biggest benefit appears during long journeys at compatible high-powered DC stations. So do not buy an 800-volt EV only because the badge sounds advanced. Buy it because the charging performance fits the way you travel. At number 5, the Hyundai IONIQ 9, the large practical family SUV. Number 4, the Volvo ES90, the aerodynamic Scandinavian long-distance car. Number 3. The Mercedes-Benz GLB, the 7-seat 800-volt family option. Number 2.
Introducing the
The
all-new
BMW
2026
iX3,
BMW iX3,
the Neue Klasse
company's first
SUV,
production
bringing
EV to
400
ride
kilowatt
on the Neue
charging
Klasse
closer to the
platform.
mainstream premium market.
More than just the all-new
And
Porsche
at number
Cayenne
1,
Coupe Electric
the Porsche
was
Cayenne
officially
Electric,
revealed as a sharper,
the 800-volt
more
SUV
performance-focused
capable
take
of reaching
on the brand's
80% in less
electric
than
SUV
16
formula.
minutes. 400-volt electric cars are not suddenly useless. Many of them remain efficient, affordable, and fast enough for normal daily driving. But these 5 vehicles show where the next generation is heading. Higher charging power, less time waiting, better long-distance usability, and electric cars that move closer to the convenience people expect from petrol and gasoline vehicles. Now I want to hear from you. Which one would you choose? The IONIQ 9, Volvo ES90, Mercedes GLB, BMW iX3, or Porsche Cayenne Electric? Leave your choice in the comments. Subscribe to Digital Garage Review for more electric car technology, comparisons, and real-world reviews. And in the next video, we will find out whether these 800-volt cars can really deliver their advertised charging speeds in the real world.